The last step of the process for this assignment is the inking. What I'm doing is the very front of the letters, the part that you see that defines it as the letter, those will get the heaviest line. So if you're using microns, you'll want to use the widest nib for this front contour of the letter. The receding lines, the lines that go back towards the vanishing point, those you can use a thinner nib, and it will make those lines subordinate to the front of the letter. Another thing that you can do, on the letter A and the letter N, I'm adding what are called secondary contours. Primary contours of the letters are those letters that define the outermost dimensions of that letter. The secondary contours are surface details and will be subordinate. You can see in this example, I'm not connecting all the lines, I'm leaving some of the lines broken, which indicates that they are subordinate to the overall shape. They're surface elements and not an integral part of the structure. Perhaps the trickiest part of this assignment is any time that you have a curve trying to ink that. With a straight edge, you have that edge that you can work from to maintain a consistent line. With a curve, you either have to maintain your hand and follow that curve in an almost exacting way, or use something that is known as a French curve, which has just about every curve dimension within it. I'm freehanding this, and whenever I critique this, you'll see that I have a little bit of trouble with the curves. The D and the R are problematic. The more passes you make, the wider it gets, and it can be distracting when looking at the whole. Another thing that you can do, adding to my design, is I'm going back in with a 2H or 4H pencil, and I'm putting in some value for these dimensional or receding faces of these letters. What this does is it gives it a distinction. We're not so much dealing with value at this point, but it's giving a sense of the front face is getting more light from the receding facets. One thing you'll want to be careful of if you've got one size nib that you're working with, if you double up, like you move your ruler just a little bit to the side to try to thicken a line, sometimes you'll get a little gap in between, so you get like a white space. Or sometimes if that angle is off, you'll get this strangely converging or diverging line.